In the 1st century, the Roman palm was the most powerful weapon. The Roman pilum was a versatile weapon used by the Roman army, consisting of a wooden shaft and an iron head typically around 2 m in length. It was designed to bend or break upon impact, making it difficult for the enemy to throw it back. The palm was thrown in a specific manner to maximize its effectiveness, with the spinning motion increasing its accuracy and force. This made the palm a deadly and important weapon in Roman warfare. In the 2nd century, the Roman scorpion was the most powerful weapon. The Roman scorpion was an ancient artillery weapon used by the Roman army, resembling a large crossbow mounted on a tripod or carriage. It was capable of launching bolts or arrows with significant force and accuracy, often used in siege warfare to breach fortifications or in open battles to disrupt enemy formations. In the 3rd century, the Roman tiar was the most powerful weapon. The Roman try was an advanced ancient naval vessel with 3 levels of rowers, enabling remarkable speed and maneuverability. Armed with a bronze ram at the prow, it was a formidable weapon in naval warfare. In the 4th and 5th century, the ballista was the most powerful weapon. The ballista was just like the Roman scorpion, but better and stronger. In the 6th and 7th century, the Greek fire was the most powerful weapon. Greek fire was an incendiary weapon used by the Byzantine Empire, particularly in naval warfare. It was a liquid that could be sprayed or hurled at enemy ships, igniting on contact and burning fiercely even on water. In combat in the 8th century, the catapult was the most powerful weapon. The catapult was a type of ancient siege engine used for hurling large projectiles at enemy fortifications. It operated on the principle of stored energy, usually using tension, torsion, or gravity to launch its payload. Catapults came in various forms, including the ballista, which was like a giant crossbow, and the onager, which used a sling to launch projectiles. In the 9th century, the Viking axe was the most powerful weapon. The Viking axe was a crucial weapon and tool for the Norse warriors of the Viking Age. It was a versatile tool used for chopping wood, as well as a deadly weapon in combat. Viking axes had a single-handed design with a relatively short handle, allowing for quick and agile strikes in battle. These axes were integral of Viking warfare, providing warriors with a reliable and effective weapon on the battlefield. 233. Weapon on the battlefield. In the 10th century, the longship was the most powerful weapon. The longship or longboat was a type of ship used by the Vikings for trade, exploration, and warfare during the Viking Age. It was long and narrow, designed for speed and agility, with a shallow draft that allowed it to navigate rivers as well as open seas. Longships were clinker-built, with overlapping planks held. In the 11th century, the battering ram was the most powerful weapon. The battering ram was a siege weapon used to break down the doors or walls of fortifications during ancient and medieval warfare. It typically consisted of a large heavy beam with a metal head, sometimes shaped like a ram's head, suspended by ropes or chains. The ram would be repeatedly swung or thrust against the target until it gave way. Battering rams were often mounted on wheel frames to allow for easier maneuverability. In the 12th century, the siege tower was the most powerful weapon. The siege tower was a massive multi-story structure on wheels used to approach and scale the walls of fortifications during medieval sieges. It housed soldiers who could engage defenders from its elevated platforms and featured ladders or drawbridges to access the battlements. Siege towers played a pivotal role in overcoming fortified defenses, allowing attackers to breach walls and enter enemy strongholds. In the 13th century, the trebuchet was the most powerful weapon. The trebuchet, a medieval siege weapon, used a counterweight mechanism to propel projectiles. It was highly effective in breaching fortifications due to its ability to launch heavy objects over long distances with great force. The trebuchet played a significant role in medieval warfare, especially in sieges where it was used to target walls, buildings, and defenders. In the 14th century, the crossbow was the most powerful weapon. The crossbow, a medieval ranged weapon, features a horizontal bow mounted on a stock. Its design allowed for greater power and accuracy compared to traditional bows, making it popular among infantry and knights. The crossbow played a pivotal role in battles and sieges, providing soldiers with a lethal means to engage enemies from a distance. In the 15th century, the longbow was the most powerful weapon. The longbow is a type of bow that is tall, roughly equal to the height of the person who uses it, allowing for a long draw length and therefore more power and greater range compared to shorter bows. It played a significant role in medieval warfare, particularly in the battles of the 100 Years' War between England and France. Longbows were used by English and Welsh archers to devastating effect, able to penetrate armor and reach long distances, making them a formidable weapon on the battlefield. In the 16th century, the arquebus was the most powerful weapon. The arquebus was an early firearm that appeared in the 15th century and was used until the 17th century. It was a long-barreled gun with a matchlock mechanism, making it one of the first firearms to have a trigger. The arquebus was effective against armor at short range, but it was slow to reload and often inaccurate. Despite its limitations, it played a significant role in changing the nature of warfare, leading In the 17th century, the musket was the most powerful weapon. The musket, a shoulder-fired firearm, emerged in the 16th century and evolved from the arquebus. It became a staple of warfare from the 17th to the 19th centuries, used by infantry in mass formations. Muskets were muzzle-loaded smoothbore firearms, initially operated by matchlock, then flintlock, and later percussion cap mechanism. In the 18th century, artillery underwent significant advancements, with various types of cannons being the primary artillery weapons used. These cannons included smoothbore muzzle-loading guns of different calibers and sizes, such as field guns, siege guns, and naval guns. They were mounted on carriages for mobility, used in mass formations to deliver devastating volleys of fire, and played a crucial role in shaping the tactics and outcomes of battles during this period. In the 19th century, the Maxim gun was the most powerful weapon. The Maxim gun was the first recoil-operated machine gun invented by Sir Hiram Maxim in the late 19th century. It was a fully automatic weapon that used the energy from the recoil to eject spent cartridges, reload, and fire continuously. The Maxim gun was a game-changer. It played a significant role in colonial warfare and World War I. In the 20th and 21st century, the nuclear weapons was the most powerful weapon. Nuclear weapons are explosive devices that derive their destructive force from nuclear reactions, either fission, splitting of atomic nuclei, or a combination of fission and fusion, the joining of atomic nuclei. These weapons release immense amounts of energy in the form of a nuclear explosion, causing widespread destruction and long-term environmental effects such as radioactive fallout. They have been used twice in warfare.